Hey guys, welcome to the second part of this week's Coffee and Arrow Show, taking you through all the new single issue releases coming out this week. Pull lists are of course all organised, everything is good to go. We had a couple of bits and pieces that were missing. We will be getting more copies, for example, of Ultimate Spider-Man next week. All pull lists are fulfilled and we do have a couple of copies for the racks, but we don't have as many as we would normally have, just as an example. There are a few other bits and pieces missing, but we'll keep you guys up to date when you're popping in to collect pull lists. As I say, pull lists are 99% non-affected. It's just the odd thing here and there, but again, we'll keep you up to date with that. So we'll kick things off, as we always do, with the variants out this week. So this week sees the release of X-Force #1 through Marvel Comics. So of course, loads of variants. We've got most of them, if not all of them, in. So we kick things off with Skottie Young on his usual Baby Marvel style variant cover. Moving on from there, I don't expect these to last too long given the current climate. So X-Force #1 with Deadpool. This is a David Nakayama foil variant, and I have to say this is one of the best foil variants I've seen. They always work so much better, I think, when they're nice and brightly coloured like that as opposed to darker. We have the retailer incentive 1/25 variant cover by Mahmoud Asrar as well. There is also the Tony S. Daniel variant cover for X-Force #1. Move away from there. We have one more X-Force. We'll may as well do it first. Clayton Crane, I think he's going to be doing a series of character covers. So he's kicking things off with #1 with Forge. We have the Something is Killing the Children Thank You variant cover. These are the always one per store variants. This is done by Raphael Albuquerque, who of course was the co-creator of American Vampire with Scott Snyder. These are ones that should have been with us last week but only arrived this week. We have the Jenny Frison variant covers for Zatanna, Bring Down the House #2. We have the retailer incentive 1/10 variant cover for this week's Department of Truth, done by Letizia Caronici. We move on from there to Ultimate Spider-Man, so #7. So we have the retailer incentive 1/25 variant covers. These are by the artist Duali. We also have the Marco Mastrazzo variant cover for issue 7, which is an absolute beauty. We have Blood Hunt #5 this week, and Peach Momoko variant covers follow with that. We got a couple of the logo design covers in. We should have had MYX in last week, but again was missing, just came this week. And then we have X-Force as well, #1 on the logo side of things. We finish off with a couple more Marvel. We have Spider-Gwen the Ghost Spider, the Pablo Villalobos variant cover. And we finish off with the Star Wars Darth Maul Black, White and Red. And this is Walt Simonson doing that one. So with regards to single issues this week, it is a little bit of a quieter week, certainly from DC, but we'll go through everything we'll have. We have Amazing Spider-Man this week, so issue 54, as Zeb Wells and Ed McGuinness continue on that. We have the last issue of Annihilation 2099, Steve Orlando, Dale Eaglesham on art for that. A new #1 this week is Black Widow Venomous. So anyone who's been following the Black Widow Venom comics at this point, Black Widow has been, she does have a little bit of the symbiote in her now. So she's obviously going to be very heavily involved with this Venom War event coming up. I'd mentioned Blood Hunt #5. So of course we have the Blood Red polybag versions of that. So the red band versions, so the most extreme violent Marvel event. We have Blood Hunt Midnight Suns. This is issue 3 of 3, so this finishes off the mini-series there that ties in. Next up we have Fantastic Four #22. This was always one of my favourite covers for Blood Hunt when it was first shown off. Obviously Mr. Fantastic, they can't bite through his skin, so it's all being stretched in different directions. The great Alex Ross, of course, on that. We have the Miss Marvel Annual this week as well, so issue 1, I can see there Iman Vellani, of course, who plays Miss Marvel, being involved in the writing again. We mentioned in the variants Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, so issue 3. It's Mark Brooks on the traditional covers. Next up is Star Wars Darth Maul Black, White and Red, so this brings an end to the Black, White and Red Darth Maul series. I can see there Greg Pak working on this one, Will Sliney amongst others. I'd mentioned Ultimate Spider-Man #7 as well, so cover A for you here. So issue 7, kicking off the second story arc in the new Ultimate Universe line. We move from there to What If Donald Duck Became Wolverine? And we've all wondered it, clearly. So one shot here, and just a fun addition to the What If line, of course. I mentioned X-Force 1 being one of the big releases this week, so From the Ashes, A New Beginning. So yeah, brand new #1. For this one, Marcus Tone art is a big get on this because it's a gorgeous issue. Jeffrey Thorne writing. I've already read this, actually. It's really, really good. I'm really enjoying the From the Ashes stuff. I've read quite a few of it so far. Next up, as I say, just a couple of DC. We've got one or two little top-ups as well. So we have Absolute Power Origins. A little top-up here if you want to get into the Origin for Amanda Waller. This week sees the release of Absolute Power Task Force 7 number 3 of 7. So continuing with that. There's a one-shot all ages special, which is Super Pet Special by Identity Crisis. The issue you've all been waiting for, because of course you have. We have facsimiles for Justice League of America. So one of the first issues of this. So a very famous cover there. We have some top-ups for Nice House by the Sea. Book 1 of the James Tynion IV and Alvaro Martinez Bueno, their follow-up series to Nice House on the Lake. Some top-ups as well just for Satana, Bring Down the House, so number 2 was out last week. On to the indies side of things, and this week sees the release of quite a few things. We've got All the Things We Didn't Do Last Night. This is a Maria Lovett one-shot, of course very well known at the moment for doing the likes of Faithless through Boom. It's a kind of style, if you like it, you know you like it. As I say, this is a one-shot. It's out this week, or new into the store this week. We have Neil Gaiman's Anansi Boys. So we're up to issue 2 of this. Mark Bernard handling the translation and Sean Martinborough on art. Department of Truth out this week, so issue 24, obviously continuing with the Kennedy assassination stuff there. We have Feral number 5, so bringing almost coming to an end of Feral, from the creators of Stray Dogs. This was a fun one I read myself, Final Fight. So anyone who remembers Final Fight from the early 90s, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, side-scrolling beat-em-up of all time. So an adaptation of the story there about the mayor's daughter being kidnapped. Next up we have Firefly Versus, which is sort of a what if, you know, it's an alternate reality storyline. So, you know, they're all going to be one-shots from what I understand. Ram Parrott on this and Lala Kumar Sharma on art. We finally got G.I. Joe 308. This was due out a couple of weeks ago. Finally got our copies. G.I. Joe Real American Hero continuing there. We have Godzilla Rivals versus Amanda for this one. So continuing on with those one-shot specials. Speaking of one-shots, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Darkest Hour number 1. This current era of Power Rangers is approaching its end. No, you're not seeing things. Yes, there is a new issue of Saga this week. So issue 67, start of the latest story arc for that. We have Sonic the Hedgehog number 71. So continue to get the Sonic stuff in. It does very well with our younger readers in the store. So always nice to get as many copies of Sonic in as possible. 3 to finish off with, we have Spawn 355. So continuing on, Roy McConville and Brett Booth on Spawn. We have Sam and Twitch Case Files number 5. Tom McFarlane, of course, working on this one with Simon Kudransky. And we finish off with another Valiant title, which is Ninjak versus Roku. And this is issue 2. So that is everything going on to the racks behind me this week. Variants, of course, will be on the shelves below. Cover A is all on the racks. 2 columns of DC, 2 columns of Marvel, 2 columns of Indie, as always. New release graphic novels are all set up and ready to go as well. You can check out our earlier video today for details of what came in there. And outside of that, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it proved useful as always. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the store throughout the week, guys. Until then, take it easy.